Hello everyone, welcome back to the plot. I just thought I'd share a little update before I go on holiday. I mean, by the time I post this, I'll be back. I'm going to do a little tour around the plot, show where everything is, and it'll be a bit of a see what it was like before I went away to when I come back. And I'm going to show there's a few things that haven't worked and have worked in the last couple of days since I've been here. Just out with my beans to try and not get them ate by the slugs by putting these around them. Now they seem to have done the job. Now that one hasn't had any slug damage at all. That poor guy has. As you can see, I'm hoping things will start growing. That one's recovering it. You can see it has got 8, but the middle bit hasn't got 8 at all. So I'm hoping these have actually distracted them. It's just the scourers from your. It's just the scourers that you use cleaning dishes. I bought a big pack of them, and I've used them on them, and I also done them on my pumpkin and squash. I found a squash I hadn't planted out, so I've planted that out. So you can see there, hasn't had any damage, and it's grown a bit since I've actually put it in. And my squash as well, that has just been in a pot for ages, and you can see obviously the flowers are coming, but there's no size. It's not the biggest of plants, but it is flowering and it is growing a bit. Now the other one, I put a picture of it up. My other pumpkin, I don't know what happened. I come down, I put a picture on, but it just collapsed down. I don't know if someone had dug that out. Someone had dug the squash out, and it was just on the floor. So I don't know if the fox has been back or what, but I've put it back in. Nothing seemed to have touched it now. What else has been good? My beetroot. This has been my fight for ages, but my beetroot's starting to actually swell up. I can see there. So hopefully by the time I get back, that should be quite a bit bigger. But I love the look of these red stems. I don't know why, but they look so cool. But yeah, I'm hoping that'll be a bit bigger by the time I come back. And that one's starting to swell there. I think there's 2 of them there actually. The other ones are still taking a bit of time, but they are growing. My pak choi, by the look of it, is coming in bits. Not many though. I think the slugs are still getting to them, but there is bits when you look. And my leeks, something has bit that one. Oh no, that was my spinach that I had up here. But yeah, they're my leeks that I just whacked in, and we'll see if they work or anything like that. And I did earth up my potatoes because they were peeking through at the top, so I have earthed them up. They do look like they might need taking out soon. They're not looking the healthiest. You can see the colour difference, the Desiree to the Maris Piper ones. God, that's just taking over everything. You can see I did trim that back in my last video, but you can see there, that one is just starting to extend. But my carrots are starting to actually get the true leaves now. You see they're actually growing in. I'm quite happy with them ones. Over there has not done very well. One, I'm saying that's where it did dig. The fox didn't it there, but I'm just seeing one that's peered up. I'm wondering if that's blocked out too much sun. You see all the seeds under there of the nasturtiums. But I'm going to have to take this back just because it's going to start getting there. My leeks are doing all right. My spring onions doing all right there. You can see the one there. And then the row here. They seem to be doing all right. I don't think I need to pull them. What else have I got? I've done the 60 rad broccoli, didn't I, as well? And you can see they are starting to come, mainly down here. But I can see when I'm looking up, there is bits coming up. I'm just hoping that with this weather, the snails and slugs will keep away. I say this weather where it's peeing down, but I'm hoping it's sunny with us being away. And my beans, not looking the healthiest. I thought they are dwarf ones, but they seem to be flopping over. Like here. I don't know if that's just lack of water. I haven't been up in a couple of days. It has been hot. I mean, it is raining now, so if that'll perk them up, but they just seem to be flopping to the side. Some seem to be all right. But then, when you look at the flowers, Is that just them failing to pollinate, or is that the start of them turning into the pods? These are my broad beans, and they don't look like they've got many fly damage on when looking at them. They seem all right. It's just them flowers I'm a bit worried about. I mean, they all seem to be doing it, so I think that's just them going to seed, I think. But that bed, I mean, even if it doesn't work, that's going to be, the roots are going to help feed the soil. And I'm probably going to put some leafy greens in there next time. Or I have got some kale I might pop in there too. But my bed that seems to be taking off and doing quite well now eventually is my swede and turnip, which when I'm looking, I feel like it's just mainly turnip. Because I'm trying to have a look. Right, them leaves, different from that one. Right, I'm seeing differences now. Ooh, I'm starting to garden, aren't I? Right, so that one is a different leaf from that one. And when I looked round here, let's have a look. You see them? They must be the turnip. So obviously the kids done them. I'm quite happy with them. They're getting a bit of a size. I'm just going to leave them in with us being away. But yeah, they all seem to be coming along. Little one there. Yeah, and then these ones that have that kind of leaf must be the swede. So obviously hasn't got anything at the bottom there. We must have done a bit of order when I'd done it on the day because the bed's halved. If you can have a look. Turnip swede. They must have, I must have given the kids and they must have followed the what I'd said. Which I'm very surprised at. But yeah, there's nothing this side, so there's nothing bulbed up this side. So yeah, this side is a swede. I'm happy about that. I think peas are going to be the field this year. They are starting to grow up. Like they are starting to go around here. But they were my direct sow ones. There is a couple of pods. That's a good size one. I'll take that. But apart from that, there's not particularly too many good ones. It's funny, we've had Jessica's friend up here and I don't like peas. So I'll try them, they're different from the shop ones. Oh, she ate loads and took loads home with her as well. It just shows with kids, if they're grown here and it's something different from not just buying from the shop, they'll eat it. A few years away, it was my birthday the other day and I did end up getting the pond, which as we've discussed, it's going to go about here. And I think we're going to do that in September when the kids are back, when I've got like a full day to get up. But I'm going to also a garden centre to get a pond plant and a couple other things to put in the wild area. Because when we're looking, you can see this has went down quite a bit. Where I've put the cover down, it has actually done the job and killed the weeds back, most of them. So it should be easier to dig everything over. And then when I've done it, I think I'm going to move the cover into like the bottom half, because we still are going to try and get the rest of the beds in, well, some beds here, and kind of finish this area. Down there's going to be a herb planter, and probably leave around here because that's just all rubble, as you can see by the tyre right there. But yeah, this bit's still going to be beds, but wildlife. Greenhouse polytunnel is going to go here. I'm just going to keep some money to the side, and I'm thinking September I'm going to put it up before the bad weather hits and try and just make it as secure as possible. This is probably the best place to put it because it's not going to put any shade on my neighbour's allotment, and it's not really going to shade anything out here. And I was thinking just to put in some like leafy greens that doesn't need loads of sun down this part, because about 2 meters will be about there, so there's still going to be enough to maintain the edge. I just want to have a look at my sunflowers as well. These are Mongolian giants. I have been feeding them. I still haven't got the, I mean, it's the beginnings there. That'll be the beginning of the flower, I think. But it's up to my, just past my stomach, so about 4 foot. I mean, they're quite stocky ones, how thick that one is. But it's funny, it's raining and there's just no, sorry, it's just not wet at all. But yeah, I'm hoping, I mean, Jimmy's is about 8 foot something. I'll link in the description his channel. He's been going one along with us, and his is 8 foot something. It just looks massive. He started about a week before mine, I think. You know, I'm looking at this now. That's it. That's not, I mean, it fills up, but that's not good. Can I move you at all? No. There we go. Dripping in. But then we've got the leak there. Oh, see, I've got the leak there now, but a bit to try and stop it. Kind of helped. I need to tape that up a bit more to try and get it more sealed. Because obviously I've just done it from what, well, I've just left it from what the owners had. But it's just trying to wiggle it to get it into the angle of that. It's definitely moved. But there, that's dripping into there now. I did take the lids off them, but I've took them off because it is meant to rain a couple of the days. I'm going to try and get some kale up here for winter, and spring cabbage as well. I did get Crystal as well, come to the rescue for my birthday. Got us some grow lights for the house. So I have put some of them in for when we've gone away. Hopefully they'll germinate, and by the time I get back I can turn the lights on, because I don't think they're going to germinate in a couple of days. So that's going to be one, and I'm thinking of putting that into this bed, because I don't think they're going to be 5 weeks. They should be out. I'm thinking my total uneducated guess. But yeah, that's where they're going to go. And the cabbage, I have no idea. I might actually put them in the pea one and take the pea down and put the cabbage in there. It should be big enough. I've only done about 6. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to come back and de-weed this potato bed, because it's, you can see there, I had dug there, but it's just started spreading back in, and you get more wood chip as well. But yeah, I can't wait for the kids to go back to school to give me more time up here. Last thing as well, I don't know if any of you have us on Instagram, but my bloody apple tree snapped in half. When I first got it, I didn't even think of, it grew one year and I didn't even think of trimming it back over the winter, and the apples have just been top heavy and it's just snapped in half. Some of the apples are there, but whether or not it'll still grow after this, I am gutted. It's my first year getting apples on it, and I didn't really think it would snap. It's just been flopped over the full year, and then something must have just got too heavy and it's just snapped, and I am devastated, to say the least. I have got one other tree that's still full, but I will need to trim that back this year. I will be buying some dwarf ones up here to put like along this pathway behind us. But right, I think that's it from me, because it's getting a bit late. I think it's about 8 o'clock, I think. So I'm going to get back to the house and go on holiday. But as usual, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.